Would we not benefit from a clear, inspiring, and logically sound answer to this question? What should be the foundation for a business education, both in school and in the workplace? That is addressed in video number 4. A business school education equips students with textbook knowledge about generally recognized best practices for important management decisions. In my view, the critical tasks in managing a business fall into 6 buckets: knowledge building culture, strategic thinking, organizational structure, efficiency of existing businesses, innovation for existing and future businesses, and context-specific performance measurement. Importantly, in wearing our systems thinking hat, we see that these tasks are interrelated. For example, a firm's organizational structure impacts the nurturing and sustaining of a knowledge-building culture, which in turn impacts improvements in efficiency and innovation. The idea that I'm pushing is that significant improvements in these 6 critical tasks are best achieved by focusing on the knowledge-building process as the core foundation for generating novel, innovative advancements. This idea is illustrated in the following slide. Note in this slide that the outer donut contains the 6 critical managerial tasks: knowledge-building culture, strategic thinking, organizational structure, efficiency of existing businesses, innovation for existing and future businesses, and context-specific performance measurement. The idea is that by utilizing the knowledge-building loop, the inner donut, that we explained in previous videos, we can reflect on components of the loop in order to facilitate improvements with the key managerial task. For example, does our worldview put us on automatic pilot in how we perceive problems and develop proposed solutions, thereby blocking novel solutions? Do we have rock-solid clarity as to the purposes we want to achieve? I'll discuss 2 examples. The first covers a typical problem in a manufacturing plant concerning the breakdown of critical machinery and the involvement of maintenance personnel in dealing with this problem, which falls into the bucket context-specific performance measurement. In a book dealing with the theory of critical constraints, developed by Ellie Goldratt, I read how one of Goldratt's colleagues, Deborah Smith, orchestrated a consulting assignment concerned with machinery breaking down and maintenance personnel incentivized by way of bonuses tied to how quickly they got the machine back into operation. This may initially appear sensible. However, Smith focused on the purposes component of the knowledge-building loop and concluded that the existing performance measurement bonus system should be replaced with a goal of lengthening the time between machine breakdowns. With this new incentive system, maintenance personnel focused on fixing the root causes of machine breakdowns, which led to significant improvement in the overall system performance. Purposes matter. For the second example, let's dig into a truly important and wickedly difficult problem to solve: how to flatten the organizational structure of large command and control hierarchical organizations in order to transfer much more responsibility for decision-making to frontline employees. Consider the worldview component of the knowledge-building loop. A typical worldview of top management and the board is that this pyramid organizational structure is needed in order that budgets can be planned, performance targets assigned, and the operation of the firm controlled. Does that worldview contain a faulty assumption? I think so. The core assumption is that people can't be trusted and the future is predictable and plannable. What is a better question to ask? Try this. Can the firm's overall performance improve by eliminating budgets the lifeblood of the command and control beast. Budgets are supposedly useful for setting targets, facilitating forecasts, and helping allocate resources. However, a single number is simply unsuitable for all three purposes. As a result, people are motivated to lie and forecast low numbers, thereby lowering targets and making bonuses easier to earn. There is a movement in Europe to eliminate budgets, flatten organizations, and improve firm performance while also improving employee morale. A significant number of large European firms have transitioned to flatter organizations after successfully eliminating budgets, followed by improved performance of their firms. The leader of this movement is Bajart Bogdanec. I recommend his book, This is Beyond Budgeting, a guide to more adaptive and human organizations. Here is a quote from the book. Bogdanec emphasizes, the three purposes of budgets should be separated and then solved in three different processes because they are about different things. A target is an aspiration, what we want to happen. A forecast is an expectation, what we think will happen, whether we like what we see or not. And resource allocation is about optimization of resources. Some tell me it is impossible to operate without a budget. My response is that this separation lets us do everything the budget tried to do for us, but now in much better ways. Better targets, better forecasts, and a more effective resource allocation. It also improves how we measure, evaluate, reward, and coordinate. How impossible and how scary is that? The point of this example is that thinking about how we think, in this case management's worldview, can lead to productive, unconventional thinking, identifying obsolete assumptions, and generating effective change that may at times solve a wickedly difficult problem. Here is a takeaway. There is merit in considering the foundation for business education to be the process for building knowledge, which is reflected in the knowledge-building loop. The loop promotes system thinking and identifying assumptions that are no longer relevant or simply obsolete.